Imagine a lone revelation powerful enough to unveil hidden government operations and rewrite history. This gripping video will traverse the complex realm of US intelligence leaks, from the famous Pentagon Papers to the present-day scandals that have captured global attention. In the dynamic world of global politics, intelligence leaks have significantly influenced public opinion and history. These unauthorized disclosures reveal covert operations, expose secret surveillance programs, and spark intense debates on national security matters. Let's begin by examining the Zimmerman telegram, which, although not a US intelligence leak per se, acted as a catalyst for our exploration into significant leaks in US history. In 1917, the Zimmerman telegram caused a sensation, revealing a secret diplomatic communication between the German Foreign Office and Mexico. The telegram proposed a military alliance between Germany and Mexico in case the United States entered World War I against Germany. Furthermore, it suggested that Mexico could reclaim lost territories in Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona as part of the alliance. British intelligence intercepted and decrypted the telegram before sharing it with the US government. As the contents of the Zimmerman telegram became public, outrage swept across the United States, ultimately contributing to the country's decision to enter World War I against Germany. Despite the Zimmerman leak being intercepted by the US, the country has a history of experiencing its own intelligence leaks. Intrigued by this phenomenon, we couldn't help but wonder about the other prominent leaks in US history. And so, in this video, we will explore 5 of the most notable intelligence leaks that have shaped history, and how they have shaped our understanding of government secrecy. During the Vietnam War era, one of the most significant leaks in modern history came to light. In 1971, a former military analyst named Daniel Ellsberg shook the world by revealing a top-secret study known as the Pentagon Papers. This explosive 7,000-page document uncovered a shocking pattern of deception and betrayal by the US government. The Pentagon Papers were a damning indictment of the government's actions during the Vietnam War. They exposed a multitude of deceitful tactics, including secret bombings in Laos and Cambodia, which had been concealed from both the public and Congress. The information revealed in the papers was a bitter pill for Americans to swallow, and raised serious questions about the credibility of their government. The leak of the Pentagon Papers caused a seismic shift in public opinion, with many losing trust in the government's handling of the war. It sparked a nationwide conversation about transparency and accountability, and helped turn the tide against the conflict. The leak of the papers was a pivotal moment in history that brought about significant changes in the political landscape. However, the consequences of the leak were severe for Ellsberg himself. The government was determined to make an example of him and charged him with several serious offenses, including theft and espionage. Ellsberg faced the possibility of spending the rest of his life in prison. But in a stunning turn of events, the case against him was dismissed due to the government's unlawful tactics in gathering evidence against him. The trial marked a victory for Ellsberg and a landmark moment for the freedom of the press. In 2010, the world was stunned by yet another massive intelligence leak, this time orchestrated by a young US Army intelligence analyst named Chelsea Manning. Manning risked her career, reputation, and freedom to provide the controversial website WikiLeaks with 750,000 classified military and diplomatic documents. Her actions would expose the dark corners of US operations in Iraq and Afghanistan, sparking an international firestorm of controversy and debate. The leaked documents were a trove of information, including the now infamous collateral murder video, depicting a US helicopter attack that killed several civilians and 2 Reuters journalists. Along with the Afghan war diary and the Iraq war logs, Manning's leaks ignited a global conversation about war crimes, government transparency, and the role of whistleblowers in society. Manning's bold actions made her a hero to some and a traitor to others. She was lauded for her bravery in exposing government secrets and shedding light on atrocities committed in the name of national security. But others saw her as a dangerous threat to national security, arguing that her actions endangered American lives and exposed sensitive intelligence-gathering methods. Manning was eventually arrested, charged, and convicted under the Espionage Act. As a result, she was sentenced to 35 years in prison, one of the harshest punishments ever given to a whistleblower. However, in a dramatic turn of events, her sentence was commuted by President Barack Obama in 2017, and she was released after serving 7 years. The leaks that Manning provided to WikiLeaks had a profound impact on the world. They forced governments to confront the harsh realities of war. They sparked essential controversies about accountability, transparency, and the role of whistleblowers in a democratic society. The legacy of Chelsea Manning's leaks will continue to shape the conversation on government secrecy and individual liberties for years to come. In 2013, the world was rocked by one of history's most prominent and controversial leaks of classified information. A former CIA employee and NSA contractor, Edward Snowden, stunned the world by exposing a massive cache of intelligence documents. These documents laid bare the US government's extensive surveillance programs, operating behind closed doors for years. Among the programs Snowden exposed were PRISM and X-Keystore, which enabled the government to collect and analyze vast amounts of data from major tech companies and global internet sources. The revelations were a startling reminder of the extent to which the government monitored our private information, sparking an intense debate about privacy rights and government surveillance. Snowden's actions made him a polarizing figure, with some hailing him as a hero for exposing government overreach, and others denouncing him as a traitor for putting national security at risk. In the aftermath of the leaks, Snowden fled to Hong Kong before seeking asylum in Russia, where he remains to this day. The repercussions of Snowden's leaks were far-reaching, prompting significant changes in US law and policy on surveillance and privacy. The debate sparked by the revelations has continued today, with many questioning the balance between national security and individual privacy. In 2017, the world was shaken by another major intelligence leak. Reality Lee Winner, a former NSA contractor, provided a top-secret report on Russian interference in the 2016 US presidential election to the media. This report provided extensive evidence of cyber attacks by Russian military intelligence against US election infrastructure, intensifying the heated debate surrounding foreign meddling in American politics. Winner's decision to leak the report put her at significant risk. Her actions led to her arrest and eventual conviction under the Espionage Act, which carries heavy penalties for those who disclose classified information. She was sentenced to 5 years and 3 months in prison, marking a steep price to pay for the quest for transparency and truth. However, Winner's case also sparked a meaningful conversation about the treatment of whistleblowers and the balancing act between transparency and national security. Many argued that her punishment was harsh and that the government should have been more willing to consider the public interest in revealing this vital information to the American people. In June 2021, after serving more than 4 years in prison, Winner was released to a halfway house due to her good behavior. Nevertheless, her case highlights the challenges whistleblowers face when seeking to expose government wrongdoing and the high personal cost they may face. Our fifth and final story on intelligence leaks brings us back to 2010, when a former CIA officer named Jeffrey Sterling gained notoriety for allegedly disclosing classified details of a secret CIA mission known as Operation Merlin. The operation aimed to sabotage Iran's nuclear program by providing them with flawed nuclear blueprints through a Russian defector. However, the plan backfired, and Iran ended up advancing its nuclear program instead. Sterling's leak exposed the operation's failure and raised serious questions about the CIA's competence and decision-making. In addition, the leaked information was published in James Reeson's book, State of War, which sparked a heated debate on the effectiveness and ethics of covert operations. Sterling was arrested and charged under the Espionage Act in 2011. He was found guilty on 9 counts, including unauthorized disclosure of national defense information. He was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison. His case highlights the risks whistleblowers face when exposing government secrets, especially when those secrets relate to national security and intelligence operations. And there you have it, folks. These 5 significant intelligence leaks serve as a potent reminder of the delicate balance between transparency and secrecy in government. Thank you for joining us in this riveting exploration, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content.